welcome to Klein Friesland. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is a new mod map by Marnux, friend of the channel, friend of mine. This is his first ever map, in fact first ever mod. It's currently with Giants for testing. The wait for testing is quite long, so might be a while before you guys actually see this map to play it, but I've had the opportunity to have a look around. He's given me permission to give you all a bit of a preview, so we're going to have a look around today. Having a look at the mod description first, because he's written quite a nice little introduction. So this is based on his hometown, and it's a 1x map, and he's merged together a whole load of different areas from his hometown. Mostly focused on dairy farming, but there is a little bit of an arable farm as well. There's a wonderful BGA on the map that we'll have a look at a little bit later as well. There's some greenhouses as well. Most of the farm buildings and fences around the map you can sell. You can buy the periphery of the map as well if you want to be able to merge fields together. This is a Dutch map, so you will see as we go around that there are a lot of ditches between the fields. So if you want to merge them together, you do need to own the land so that you can raise that land up. But yeah, I've started on new farmer so that you can see what you get to start as well. I think for a first map, Marnux has done an amazing job. So there are about 15 or 16 mods you need to download, because he has used some mod packs for some of the assets. I just wanted to have a little wander back here into the garden of the starter farm. Because I think this kind of sums up really nicely kind of the what you're going to see as we go around the map. There's lots of these waterways, lots of cool little boats around as well. There are collectibles on the map. I've not looked for any of them yet and not found them, but if you're into your collectibles, you can find them. There is this huge windmill that sits behind the main farm. You don't start out owning that. It's about £160,000, dollars or euros to buy, but you'll recoup that within your first year. So it's quite expensive to buy. It sits on a tiny little plot of land here, but it's about a year's worth of income to buy it. So yeah, let's just have a little look around the farm. I'm not great at map tours, but hey, we'll have a bit of a look around. So you start on new farmer with one of the dairy farms, and it's quite nicely equipped. So you start off with a slurry spreader, a couple of tractors, and basically everything you need to run a dairy. It's really nice. You've got all your grass working kit here, a couple of decent tractors. You've got 3 silage pits, so if you're going to play with Maize Plus, you're pretty well set as well. You start out with, I think, 20 cows. Yep, 20 Holsteins as well. And you start out with some bales, which is quite nice. So you've got some silage bales, some hay bales, and some straw bales. You've got your straw blower, your manure fork as well. The cows are round in the field. So there we go. And the cows get to the shed across this bridge over here, which is really quite nice. So, yep, so that's how the cows get around to the shed when you feed them. All of the animal pastures support grazing as well if you're playing on PC and you run that mod, which is really cool. So, yeah, that's our cow pasture. I'll fly up in the air in a bit so you can have a look around. A couple of silos as well. I think these are for seed and mineral feed and fertilizer. So you've got a couple of those. You've got a manure pit there as well. You start out with a class front loader. So yeah, you're pretty well set for your kit at the start. In terms of land that you own when you start out, you've got these 2 grass fields here, which are part of the cow pasture. You've got this big grass field here. I believe it's a grass field. Let's just turn on grass. So I've got the premium DLC, so that's why I've got the extra crops as well. Yep, and then you've got this field here which has got wheat in it, and you've also got a slurry basin at the end there. So that's the land that you start out owning. This is the PDA, so it is as said it's a 1x map, so it doesn't completely fill the area, but you can buy the periphery for free, which is quite nice if you need to make any changes or alterations, or as I said, if you wanted to merge fields and you need to terraform out the ditches between the fields. I think next we will if we jump in one of the tractors, we'll have a little bit of a drive around so you get a bit of a feel for the map. Let's take the little New Holland. I forgot to open the gate. So I have had a little bit of a play on here, and it's a very nice map. So we'll just have a little drive around, just to give you a bit of a feel, and then we'll do a bit of a fly around. So if I head down this way, we're heading towards the arable farm. And the sheep and some of the greenhouses. So yeah, if you're as good a driver as me, you will obviously have to be careful with all these waterways. There is the possibility obviously that you might park your vehicle in the water. So yeah, we've got sheep pen here. Obviously the grass needs to grow a little bit, but quite nice that all of the pens do start with some animals in, so the map's got a little bit of life. And then there are some of the greenhouses just here. So yeah, you've got some little clusters of greenhouses. We've got nice little detail features. You know, we've got little dinghy in the pond. There's quite a lot of little details on the map, which I really like. Marnux has spent a lot of time adding detail and little features. So yeah, you can see we've got the water culvert over there as well. Yeah, it's a very nice map to just look around. And as I said, it's his first ever attempt at modding, as far as I am aware. So we'll just do a little bit more. Oh, chat for traffic. I think, am I going the right direction? Where am I headed? Where am I? Yep. If I go up this way, I'll just drive to the arable farm. We'll have a quick look around that, because it's one of the bits of that that I've been using. So I know where I'm going roughly. As I said, have to be careful of the water. So yeah, look at this. It's just really nicely set out. So yeah, when you load the map up, there are a lot of grass fields on the map. It's obviously set out predominantly as a dairy farm or dairy cow animal work map with lots of grass fields, but there are a small number of fields that you load in with arable crops in them, and the arable farm, which is just down here, if my memory is serving me correctly. So oh, that would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? So yeah, here's the arable farm. Not huge. It's not a huge map. So Marnux does recommend that, you know, you're using small to medium size kit. Where I've been playing on here, I just stuck with the starter kit, and then I did buy a few of the arable fields, and I just leased the little Roxel Mash combine, and it was awesome. So yeah, that's the arable farm. So while we're at the arable farm, the map does include some custom crop textures. So I believe there is custom textures for, let me just check my list. So there's custom grass and meadow textures, and then custom wheat, barley, oat, canola, and corn textures included in the map that Marnux has downloaded. So yeah, I think they all look very nice. You might be familiar with some of these from some of the other maps that you've played on as well that include custom textures. I kind of like the layout of the map. So there are, yeah, so just plenty of fields, plenty of grass work, as I said. Obviously, you could choose to plough in some of the grass and plant more arable crops if arable farming is your thing. Nice, regular shaped fields, but there is all of this water to work around and deal with. But yeah, no huge fields, nothing too crazy. The land I think is a little bit more expensive than base game, if I'm remembering correctly. And then up here we have this rather lovely little BGA. So that's the mini BGA that is by some guy called Disturbed Simulations. So if you want to pick that up, let's let autosave do its thing. So we are up here. So if you wanted to pick that up, that would set you back £38,000 for the plot, and then you get my mini BGA. So it's a nice fast little BGA. Got a couple of bunker silos there as well. You'll be pretty well set with that. And then we've got a few more fields as we come down here. The other cow farm, or other dairy farm, is here. So another nice little yard. They're all nice, quite small, compact farms, which I quite like. I quite like smaller farms. So we've got a few sell points here. In terms of productions, there are, and the other greenhouses, in terms of productions, there are 3 on the map. There is a, let me just find them. There's the dairy, there's the grain mill, and there is the bakery. So, and then obviously you can choose to add your own if you wish. We've got this nice little kind of basin marinery spot here. I think this is kind of cool. Yeah. Got the church, which is kind of a nice reference point if you're driving around the map. And then nice little town or village, I guess. Little tiny yard here. If you wanted to do some kind of very small scale farming. Nice and cheap as well, only 20 grand. So if you were just kind of wanting to start out, that might be quite good. So, and then down here, we've got a couple of the sell points. So we've got the forage dealer, another one by that Disturbed Simulations guy. We've got the animal dealer here, and there is a sell point at the animal dealer as well for, I think it's for bales, I believe. Let me just check that. So, yep. The animal dealer, we've got well, I guess forage type sell point. And then I believe there is another sell point here. So I'm not very good at map tours, but yep. So we've got the wholesale sell point there. There are 6 sell points on the map. So we've got the farmer's market, we've got the supermarket, we've got the restaurant. Let's just look on here. That'll probably be easier, won't it? So yeah, we've got the wholesale, grain mill, farmer's market, restaurant, supermarket, and wholesale. Yeah. So, and then we've got the vehicle dealer here. And I believe the spawn point is behind the shop. Let's just quickly buy a vehicle just to check that for you. There you go. Yep. So you've got a nice big spawn point for buying all of your kit. Not that you should need anything particularly huge for this map, but yeah, I just think it's a really nice, pretty map. Yeah, and that's your starter farm. So just a quick little map tour, just to kind of whet your appetite. As I said, it's just gone off to Mod Hub. Currently, the wait with Mod Hub is about 18 working days, so that's going to be a good 4 weeks, and then that assumes that passes for testing. Obviously, being a first map, it's probably going to be a bit of backwards and forwards, but yeah, I've had a little play on here. It's very nice, and hope you like the look of it. we'll just have a little bit more of a fly around. Yeah, so you've got up the middle, you've got lots of grass fields. It's a lot of grass fields. There is a plot towards the top, I believe. When I played on here, you've got another little patch of fields at the top that up around the BGA that tends to spawn in with crops. We've got that farmer's market and the supermarket up here is some of your sell points. And again, some more nice little detail points down here. Your little recycling spot. That's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah, Marnux has done a nice job putting this together. Put a lot of hours into this. I think he's been working on it, I know, for at least 4 months. He sent me some pictures today of this area from 4 months ago, and it looks very different. I think it might actually be significantly more than that. I think it might be more like 6 months that he's been working on this. So, yeah. I hope you like the look of it. It's a very nice little map. So there's our wheat field that you start out with. You don't start out with a combine, so you're going to have to lease a combine, but that gives you a straw crop to get you going through the first winter with your cows. Yeah. I think this is a really nice little map. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Be kind with your comments, and I'll see you next time.